Hello everyone. Today is June 8th, 2014, and I'm starting my first video about these types of the consciousness. My name is Philip, and I'm a student of consciousness for about 2 years. And since I was introduced for this subject, it's really changed my life, I could say, my concepts and beliefs, and the way that I experience and realize my own reality. And I could say for a personal experience, and when the consciousness stood itself reality, everything changed because we are know about all the stuff that is happening with us right now, this multidimensionality that we are living, and we don't have awareness for that. And today I'm gonna talk a little about the Conscientiology and the Projectiology. But firstly, I have to introduce my material, my intentions, and reasons for that, for doing this work that I'm starting doing right now. So I'm gonna talk you guys a little bit about my short history about me. And so throughout my life, I live in Brazil, and before I came to here, I was already studying the stops there in Brazil, of course. And when I got here and research, sorry, and got enough English to understand, to talk, write, and so on, I realized the real lack of conscientiological informations. And not even in just it's not even in the YouTube, but in the throughout the internet as well. So I thought and was thinking to by myself, well, why don't I bring all these informations and path through peoples that have no access for that, have no aid to reach this evolutionary information that is so important for our current evolutionary process. And it's really interesting because if you're looking for this subject in Portuguese language, you find a lot of stuff of it, such as lectures, classes, and a lot of material of it. I'm telling you. Uh, but that's why my real reason for started, and I advise everybody do the same because you don't have to be a professor, a research of a university, and a psychologist. You just have good intentions for that and accomplish all this together and trying to do your best is not helping only yourself, but you helping other people, you helping everybody. So, but I would say that I'm not involved with an institution. I'm just starting a personal project, and how I said, I advise everybody do the same because it's really good for yourself, dude. So if you have time and will and you want to do that, you can do the same. It will be really good because how much more information we bring for the internet, for all the ways of communications, we will improve our knowledge, or our self-knowledge. So, and another important thing, and I could say that the most important thing here in my videos and the topics and subjects that I'm gonna talk, just not in that video but in the future videos, is that the principle of das belief. What that means? That means that do not believe in anything, even Even what I'm saying right now, even if it makes sense, instead of it, have your own experience. And it's really important for everyone in the conscientiological world, because we are avoiding every kind of persuasion and brainwashing. We can't waste time trying to convince people that have your own concepts, your own reality about it, what has happened. That doesn't matter if you think that it's true or not is true. You should have your own experience trying by yourself. Don't be convinced that what I'm saying here, maybe I'm lying for you guys. So, it's just matter your own conclusion about everything. And today I'm gonna explain a general view about the new paradigm and answers such as what is projectiology and what is conscientiology. So now I'm gonna talk a little about the consciential paradigm. So like in science, conscientiology and projectiology have a paradigm. It's really common to accept that human brain is the most complex tool that we have. It is evident to those who experience lust, projections, or where the consciousness transcends the physical body, or better saying, the physical brain, and experience the astrophysical dimensions using all its lucidity. So, while the physical body is laying down in the bed without consciousness, you can experience, you can be full awareness in other kind of dimensions. So at that point, the consciousness can recognize itself and understand that we are something beyond, more than all a matter. So new methodologies and techniques are in need, of course, to enable the study of the consciousness. It is not possible to study the consciousness through the use classic devices, no matter how sophisticated they can be, as they can at the best only measure physical alteration, which are merely direct consequence of the actions of the consciousness being observed. The obvious conclusion is that the consciousness itself is the most effective tool to be used in the study of the consciousness. So, the consciousness is the itself study, where the research quite often serve as he or her own research subject, while his or her daily circumstance, both inside and outside the body, serve as his or her own laboratory. So your life turns a laboratory, and where you can observe your manifestations. So the consciential paradigms combines scientific principles with direct personal, subjective, and objective observation. That's an interesting thing to point out here, is that the conscientiology, the new paradigm, the way of study is different from the another science, from other science, because we put on the table as philosophic thought is a subjective thought. It's not objective, it's subjective. It's more subjective than objective. And we've put with you thinking and physical. So when we are talking about physics, we are also thinking at the same time that is objective. It said something is not subjective but more objective, and that science the new paradigm combine both things in one. So you have objective and subjective. So the consciousness is the objective manifestation, and its manifestation in subjective way. So this is the essence of the consciential paradigm, which function as a starting point for the approach of the conscientiology. So let's get it clear. The new paradigm is a starting point for the approach of the conscientiology and the projectiology. So the conventional science discarded the aspect of the consciousness approximately 300 years ago. So we are living in this kind of pathological thought where where most of the people think that we are only a physical body. This is happening for around 300 years. 300 years. Science, when it embracing the materialism, reductionism, Newtonian, Cartesian physical paradigm, now recognized by man, begins outdated. Conscientiology and projectiology offers the consciential paradigm as the inevitable contemporary successor. So now I have here two questions. They are, what is projectiology and what is conscientiology? So I'm gonna start firstly with projectiology. Those are short texts that I got from the internet just to get more clear what I'm gonna talk about in the next videos and everything like that. So projectiology is a science having the objective of study the consciousness and its three conditions: the physical, the non-physical, and the projected. Focus more on the phenomena of the out-of-body experience. All the implications of this phenomena are analyzed in theory and in practice. So here you can realize, you can see that we are not talking about only a theory to subject. Is a practice subject too. You can experience. That's why you should experience by yourself to see if it is true or not. So, and another question, what is conscientiology? Beyond the study of the projective phenomena, or that means beyond, more than the projectiology, we encounter the science of conscientiology. Of each projectiology can be considered to be a practical subfield. So conscientiology is the science that studies the consciousness. Conscientiology, consciousness makes sense. So commonly known as ego, soul, essence, etc. Conscientiology is the more comprehensive than traditional psychology. For instance, it's got beyond the limit of the physical reality, looking at such issues as multidimensionality and holosomatic, the vital energetic system, and multiple bodies or vehicle of manifestation, and serial existence. So you live more than only one life. because you're not, because it's the evolutionary process. You come to the earth to improve your mistakes, to improve your faults, and get more high and manifestation and a high vibration, a high shake, let's say that. So uh, here's the basically what I have to say. Also, another thing that we have four bodies of manifestation. They are the physical body or soma, is that I'm using right now, that I have the full control of it. Some people's not, but I have the full control of my physical body. And here in that body, I can manifest my ego, my soul, my essence in that physical dimension that you are using right now too. But in the energosoma or energetic body, is a little different because the subtle body is subtler than the physical. Is where our energetic processes are managed. So, like in our vital energy, this is where it is. And we have also the psychosoma, is the body of emotions, the emotional body. That's one of the reasons that it's so hard for a person that have no balance, emotional balance, let's say, have an out of body experience, because they don't control enough their body, their psychosoma, so it's hard to manifest it in it. And the fourth is our mental soma. This body is manifest in the mental somatic dimension. It is the most ever complex body we have. We have this body life to life, just evolving. So it's our older body, I could say as well. And this body is it works for the reasoning, the thought, thinking, and some stuff like that. So I'm finished my first video presentation, and so I will post more videos about other themes. Thanks for watching that video. If you guys have any information, questions, or ideas, whatever you guys have, just contact me. And thanks for everybody. I wish a lot of felicity and good studies. Goodbye, guys. Thank you for watching.